Yo, what's up? All right, cool. We're live. What's good, everybody? I'm back. Gonna be refactoring some code here on my web scraper for my Depop product parser. Gonna be trying to optimize this a little bit better and see if we can rework this and get a more flow for the project. Honestly, I'm really struggling trying to come up with I've come up with like a flow for the product, but I keep going back and forth on like a bunch of different things and like because I'm trying to I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to solve too many problems at once, and it's causing me to be pretty indecisive with my project architecture here and structure. So I'm at like this crossroads where I've been like wanting to code but not able to because I can't make a decision. It's frustrating. So I'm back here in our Depop product parser. And so we just need to work through this a little bit and kind of refine it. And okay, so this is what we got so far. If you guys remember back to when we built this, we load items from our database. Load stuff from our database, right? That being, user IDs or use Birdie Rose close IDs, right? And so the used item numbers is going to return us back a list or a set, right? So this is a set. And then we have products. We're going to load all our products, which is this function down here. So from this app.data, so we don't want that. We want to do just, this is going to be server/data/database.json. We're going to open the file path as file and load the contents. So that's going to load these objects here. We're going to create a product and unpack the dictionary for every product. And then we'll have loaded products in here with the Birdie Rose close ID as its key and the product as the overall value. And then we can take a length, and then this is how many we found. So in this loaded products, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products. So if we run this, 6 products loaded, cool. So it found them. Nice. So it found the 6 products, so that's linked back up. And it's gonna return this back, cool. Now this goes save. We want to save to server database data database.json, and that'll fix that one. This is print Depop listings. So this is first product pictures. So for I in picture.enumerate pictures, which is a list of dictionaries of pictures, we're going to say picture link is equal to none. We're going to go to picture dict.get sizes of index of j. Okay, so this is going to give us the link to the picture we want, and then this is going to download it. So if download, we're going to download the picture. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I don't need to download these pictures anymore. Server. And so we're going to go back into here, parse product pictures, and set this to false. And I'm going to remove this print here. Okay. So now if I run, open, okay, good. Okay, so it successfully got, here's where it started, opened our text file, 6 previously used items were read successfully, and 6 products were loaded from server data database.json. The browser opens. The browser opens. We open the page and we open the link. We found Depop listing, API URL. We found products within the response. Depop listing API response parse successful. Found 0 new listings on the current offset. Right, total listings found is 6. So out of the 6, 0 were found that were new, right? Because we already had those previously loaded. Cool. How's it going, Lance? Let's dance. Alright, so that's neat. So in our check response, what we're doing is we're saying if there's sold or product in the URL, we're going to say found product listing API URL. If product dicts, we're going to say found length right. For every product, we're going to print the ID and we're going to parse the product, parse for ID. If the Birdie Rose ID is none, we continue. So here we need to create a conflict for a listing that does not have a BRC ID and needs to be manually resolved. Right? Hey Zen Logic, how's it going? Welcome back in. So here we need to create this conflict where we don't find a Birdie Rose close ID within this product. So if it's not none, then we create this product. Original pricing dict is equal to product pricing dot get original pricing else none. If original pricing dict is not none, then we're going to go ahead and product.pricing, our custom pricing object here. Okay, this is just setting the pricing basically and the shipping. Remember we sorted through this. Okay. And then we take the product that we're currently working on and we add it to the Depop listings dictionary. Right. So this parses out, this collects a collection of Depop listings. But I want to make sure I wrote in here that we're not this gets the ID. So I don't want to get repeated products if we don't have to. So we get the response. Product dicts is to the dictionary products is what we're loading in. If there is products in the dictionary, then we're going to say, okay, we found some. And then for every product, if product ID is in Depop listings already, then we're going to continue. So here, this is already seen this product on a during parse in previous iteration. No need to continue. Okay, cool. Right there, that's where it's happening. Right, and then we take the ID. If product ID okay, so this says for every product in our products dictionary, because we've already had created a product, right? Because this check response is getting called as we scroll down through this page. Each time we find a response in this network interception, we are going to call this check response, and we will sequentially add in each time into our global self.products, whatever, our products dictionary here. We will continually add products into it. And so if we come across on a new call of this function to where this product ID if product quote ID in Depop listings. Well, Depop listings is oh, so this product, so in Depop listings, so it's going to reference the keys, right, of the Depop listings, which are the Birdie Rose Close IDs. Or no, the Depop ID. Oh, that's why I'm confused. Yes, the Depop ID. So if we come across a Depop product with an ID in already our Depop listings, then that's what's going on. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay, I remember I did this right earlier when I wrote it a couple weeks ago. I wrote this a couple weeks ago, so you gotta bear with me as we get back into this. Zen Logic, I'm good. Just heard from a company today to go into a solution design interview for an AI role. Nice. Awesome, dude. Congrats. That sounds awesome. Full stack work for an AI company. Woo woo. There you go. Hey, Mr. Hussein, how's it going? Yeah, we're back in our Python. We're gonna read chapter 3 of C Modern C, in Programming in C, a Modern Approach, second edition tomorrow. So make sure you come back tomorrow for the chapter 3 read along. Finally back to a real language. What's up, Mactal? How's it going? I've only been teaching myself for a year and a half. Well, okay, yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay, so that's working appropriately. So, okay, this is what's going on. Okay, so now we have... I'm going to actually delete these. I don't need the product pictures. I'm going to delete this and make sure we get all the items back. So let's run this and see what we get, right? There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Nice. Okay, cool. Scroll complete, saving 6 products. And if we go in here, we have our 6 products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Okay, great. Great. So I want to have a conversation with you guys. Like I want to like gauge everybody's opinions and see if we can come up with a good flow for how to do this. So let me open up my whiteboard. I'm having some difficulty. I keep going back and forth on myself. Pause. Bruh. I keep going back and forth with how I want to structure this project. So for those that don't know, this project it's pretty cool. Me and my girlfriend, we own and operate a small business. We resell vintage clothing that we source through like consignment stores or thrift stores or whatnot. We really like to try to keep our pricing at a very nice rate, and try to against what some of our competitors. Our main goal is to just rehome clothing and to help out the environment, and as well, makes a little bit of dough on the side through the medium of vintage clothing. We don't really want to charge tons and tons of a huge markup on vintage clothing. No, we just want to find new home there's tons of clothing and it needs just a bunch of waste and we need it to get better. So that's a part of our edge. Now, here's how the business currently works. Is we source clothes and those clothes get added into the system. Now, we need a way to add products into the system currently. Now, currently, I am just using Google Drive or Google Docs, or Google Sheets, and just doing it pretty manually and rigorously, which is fine, because you do have to have some sort of manual user entry upon the initial acquisition of these items. Unless you have some sort of like RFID or like SKUs or whatnot, like I'm not going to get all that heavy. Like we're going to have some sort of manual entry to identify or instantiate this product in the system. So I'm wanting to gauge your guys' like ideas and perceptions and experiences regarding this kind of structure, and how we could go about where the object flow really goes. So, right, let's just talk about this. So, step 1, we source the product, right? We source the product. Step 2, we need to initialize or like instantiate in it the product, right, into the system. And currently, this is on just an Excel. So I'm thinking now, how do I want to do this? Like, do I want to keep it in Excel and pull data from an Excel like via an API, which could be cool. That could be nice because the script would automatically do that. It would kind of have our own little graphic interface via Excel on Google Sheets, and we could hook it up with some packages to just authenticate and pull our entries from yada yada yada. Yeah, exactly. Like, parameters to specifics of the product and pricing and stuff like that. So right now, this is how I currently have it established. So really quickly, is just a really rough mock-up. This is how a product is right now. Is a product has a title, a status, a cost of good, size, condition, brand, description, clothing type, ID, source. So currently it is pretty long. We could nest some of these like into categories such as like basic info. We did this with pricing, right? Pricing. And then we could put Depop information like in its own section. So we could make this more horizontal, so it's not as long, as many rows, right? So we can obviously optimize that, but that's how I have it right now. It's just loading in from JSON and whatnot. Now, so you initialize the product into the system. So this is where I need to come up with either. I'm trying to like figure out a way to get the information, but I don't really want to like build like a Tkinter GUI. Honestly, I don't really want to have to deal with like an admin portal on our front end. I don't want to have to only access that. I mean, maybe I could access it locally, right, or whatever, but I don't want to have to only have internet to get into my system. So that's why I wanted to be able to potentially run like a Python, like an executable within the terminal, and use maybe like the terminal as like my GUI, right? And kind of reutilize some code I've written in the past for creating some kind of sweeping terminal menus, just to go through and do the general whatever of the product. But part of that is also kind of like dated and robotic and not that friendly, and like I don't know. So like I'm kind of torn between like a Tkinter interface, I guess, and just having it be in the terminal. Like, so you would just like run a specific script in our program here, or we could have it be like a double click or whatever, and it would just open up the terminal and ask for the various product information, and you could enter it, and it would update the various file. And then within that terminal, like you could have options to run the parser, right? To do a parse and get new information, as well as like we could have like our server. Why does it keep opening now? Hold on. Keeps opening up an app file. There's somewhere in my code I have with open app / or something. Okay, let's get caught up on chats. Make a Firebase instance, then if you make a app later, it'll be easy to integrate. What's a Firebase instance? Oh, got you. Yeah, so we've been building a front end here just roughly, and we have a back end ish roughly with fast API here, but nothing really is too official yet. Because honestly, I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed with tasks. I think I need to refocus my efforts into specific tickets and kind of start checking off some smaller things and expanding into larger projects. Like I've been tackling make front end. It's so like broad rather than maybe just doing a specific little feature and then and then having the front end build feature by feature rather than make front end. um, so you're pre-processing, then including that JSON payload in your app. Yeah, exactly. So let's go back to our flow. So 1, you source the product. 2, you initialize the product into the system. So we need a add product, something. I don't know. We need a way to add the product, right? 3, once the product is in the system, it is basically like free to grab from. Like if it's we don't have any sort of queue. Like yes, it would be nice in a perfect world and a perfect business model to you only list products in order of when you buy them. But typically we like to grab things like in and out of certain seasons off the rack. It really doesn't matter when it was loaded into the system versus when it's being first listed. It's kind of dependent upon when we feel as we kind of curate the drops for the items. But the just when it's in the system, it's just free to be grabbed from. So it just enters. So 3, the product enters like the queue or like standby or like ready mode, right? It enters like ready to be listed or something, right? So products are first offered to the public via Instagram story sale, like shock drops, right? So typically on like a Friday or like on a certain day, we'll post a collection of 10 items, kind of with a little bit of just as like these are the first times customers have access to these items through like a surprise story sale. So like product offered, is listed / offered on IG, right? So once a product is listed or offered on IG, we still have a little bit of manual work that has to be done because we are working one-to-one with the customer in the DM to sell the product. Like we're sending sizing information and whatnot. And we want to keep it this way because we do want to have that small business connection with our customers, at least on that initial front, right? We want to, when we first offer the item, with that little slight markup being its first time being seen, we want, if someone does buy it, we want to be one-to-one with the customer, making that checkout in the DM and offering that service. So nothing really has to happen here, but I guess we could like update like the product like info for like listing, right? Potentially. Like if we wanted to say, okay, it was first offered on Instagram on this date, right? Like meaning, okay, we bought it, so then we could get like an average actually hold time of between, okay, we're actually needing to maybe, like if we're noticing that we're holding products for too long in between in this ready or queue mode, then we might need to reprioritize. that could give us some good data. Now, 5. Let me get caught up on some chats here. Google's app platform, GCP. Oh, hold on. I've used Click for CLIs before. Super easy to use. What is Click? How frequently is the data changing? So the data only changes when we either load new items into the system, right? Post an item onto Instagram via its drop, or, you know, post an item on Depop. Now I'm getting to that in just a second. So let's say that the item one of two things can happen at this stage, right? So the item can, one, it can either go here to 4.1 and its product sells on IG, right? Product sells on IG. This would require an update to obviously pricing. Oh my god. Etc. Right? So obviously we would have to do that. Now, there's also a second option that happens at this point in time, is that right? The product does not sell. I'm just using a mouse for this, so bear with me. My handwriting. I'm not using a magic pencil or anything, right? So if the product does not sell, right, the product is posted to Depop, right? And then, so here, technically nothing has to happen. Technical has to happen. Oh my god. Right? Nothing technical has to happen. Why? Is because we have our Depop scraper. So the Depop scraper will match found Depop products to our database and update the database. Right? And so, lastly, the product sells on Depop. So the Depop scraper updates the changes automatically. And that's it. From start to finish. Also, as you scale, you won't want to locally store the data unless you're an expert in cybersecurity. No terminal agent. Using JSON like that, you could easily do a NoSQL database, since it's kind of unstructured right now. Unless you use someone else's security or like security. And peaceful mess with it, yeah. You just keep your apps here somewhere like. It's why, like, if you're doing Stripe payments, you call through Stripe payment portal. You don't roll your own payments. We've been teaching ourselves Bentley for a little over a year and a half. You know, you could sell a subscription to use your Depop scraper. Other resellers would use it, especially if it outputs Excel files. Yeah, I think so. The only thing that's the issue with that is I think it's against their TOS. Unfortunately. Now I'm scraping my own data, like, so I feel a little bit like justified in it, and I'm not taking traffic away from Depop like as if I was taking my data away from them and then trying to sell them on my own. No, I'm just using that data to then create basically a mirror on my site to then feed people back to the Depop to check out using their systems. Like, I want to keep using Depop's system because I like their system, but oh, whoa, hey, yo, we got a chat in here. Wow, that's awesome. What book/course did you use to get started with Python? I know SQL and have dabbled in some Python, but I wanted to further build my Python skills. Yeah, Halo Strike, that's awesome, dude. I highly suggest you take a stab at these two books right here. There's 3 pieces of content that I think that you would greatly benefit from in the modern learning Python independently. Is the Harvard CS50P course. That one's offered through edX Online. It's completely free. Do not pay for the paid certificate. There's no difference in the course material between paid versus unpaid. The only thing is you get a certificate that means absolutely nothing at the end. So do not do it. Just do it for free. That's what really matters. In tandem to Python, to Harvard CS50P, I would read Python Crash Course. This book is very elementary in terms of examples for pizza, car, for every topping in list of toppings, print on pizza, topping, whatever, right? Like, it's very elementary, but because you're not like trying to process and understand the examples, you're really able to focus on the actual Python syntax. And like, you're not solving leak code problems while also trying to learn Python. You're just solving elementary problems while learning Python, while getting a really good breakdown of those problems line by line. So this is really good, if, in my opinion. And then you can step that up with some deeper level Python knowledge with Fluent Python. We are about we're on chapter like 8 or so of this book, probably about halfway through almost. Of Fluent Python. I've learned a lot actually in this book, from more about object-oriented programming to dynamic programming to being able to use your data structures like dictionary objects, and functional programming was a really big eye-opening section for me, because I was actually able to really rewrite some of my CLI scripts for like sweeping terminal menus with really easy like function calls to just dictionary keyword mappings, because you can treat functions as objects as they are, and just stick them right in as values to certain keywords in dictionaries, and then just call that keyword on certain user inputs, and just have those inputs be those keywords. So it was really cool. So those 3 resources, CS50P, Python Crash Course, and Fluent Python, and you can find a weekly breakdown of Harvard CS50P, or not, actually, I think I didn't do, because that one was before I started the channel, but you can find my notes on Harvard CS50P and breakdowns of these books in my Discord link down below for free. Yeah, so thanks so much for the 5, Halo Strike. I appreciate you so much. That was so kind. That is so kind, so kind. I really appreciate you. Hearts in chat for Halo Strike. Yeah. Right. So, Jimmy, I've kind of justified my reasonings because, you know, they wouldn't have any data for me to scrape if I'm only scraping my own, right? It's all my own. So, and I'm not like overloading their server with a bunch of calls. It's really not that bad. Thanks, Halo Strike Zen. Yeah, nice. For 8 years, taking CS50 right now, it's actually been great. Yeah, dude. How's that been going for you? What you like about it? Give our boy Halo Strike some advice. Okay. So, that's what we've got going on right now. Is this, right? Can we zoom out? I don't think so. Right, so that's the flow of a product. Right? And so what I need to figure out is a way to add the products into the system, right? But the thing is, okay, there's a lot to do. Let's just write, dude. I don't know. We can sit here and whine and complain about stuff, but at the end of the day, we gotta just start writing and start doing stuff. Okay. Okay. So we have our product class, which has ID, so descriptive info. We have title, size, condition, brand, description, clothing type. That's fine. Status and Birdie Close ID, cost of good, source, and acquisition date. Okay, so then you have the sticker pricing. So we're going to want to do because I have this pricing object down here already. We have sticker price here. So our pricing formatter is down here, and what it does is it takes our sticker price and sticks it here in the original price with the given currency, has a fees object, a discounted price object, a shipping object, and a final price key, all within pricing. Kind of to mimic, I did this to mimic Depop and how they kind of do it. Now this is set discount via percent. Okay, this sets a discount given a percentage, okay. And then this sets a discount just via an amount. I'm just going over my code. I wrote this quite a while ago. So we have fees. This sets our fees. We can have buyer fee and seller fee. And then the price key, original or discounted. Okay. Then you can set as sold here. Available, final price keys, final price key, the amount, the buyer fee, and the seller fee. All right. See, I'm honestly like, I'm a little bit like, I don't even really know where to go from here. Like, we have kind of this half project, and I'm kind of having difficulty, like, taking the next steps, because I feel like I've kind of gotten myself to this point where if I start taking those next steps, they need to be correct because the project can get out of hand really fast. So I'm trying to be strategic in how I do it. I don't want to go back through and have things break, right? So we obviously need some sort of conflict manager object in order that will kind of create, that we can instantiate whenever we have these objects that the Depop runs into. But I guess our first actual order of business that we absolutely need to start with is we have to figure out a way to load items into our system, right? And how we want to do that, whether it be a Tkinter UI, right? Just in the terminal, which is the script, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards, or with a kind of back-end admin panel on our front end, which I really don't want to do. Honestly, it just seems like a lot of work. And like, I don't want to have to really deal with like a lot of like security issues with the front end, because the front end, like, we're not handling any user data, we're not handling any like really any like sensitive information. We're just scraping the public facing data on our Depop page, reflecting that into our product page, and then when you click on the product, it just takes you to that Depop listing of that said product. It's just a middleman, right? Hey, Mr. Tim. So to answer your original question a bit, Michael, I'd say definitely narrow down how you'd like it to flow. Yeah, you got to pick a path sometimes, right? Scope creep is a real problem. Emphatic, currently unemployed and planning on uploading leak code work on my channel until I get a job. You gave me inspiration. Nice, dude. Emphatic, that sounds great. Yeah, people really like the leak code problems. They really like to watch them. It's kind of a good audience to start with. You know, nice. Yeah, and honestly, like, I just am not really that into like designing like front end stuff. It's just not really messing around with React stuff isn't really that fun for me. Like, it's like entertaining and whatnot, but I don't know. I like writing these kinds of scripts and doing this kind of stuff. And like, you know, I don't know. It's like pulling teeth doing front end stuff for me. Okay. So I think I'm gonna just write a terminal script. Should we do it? We'll do reseller io.py. Reseller io.py. Oh boy. So I'm thinking we could do this. So we could write a function called create menu. At least like we can, if we want to, we can have it set up this way and then we can expand out further. So you're gonna give a list of options, right? Which is gonna be a type list. And these are gonna be as strings. So we're gonna say for option and enumerate the options. We're gonna start at 1. No. So for I an option, and we'll start at 0. And we will say we're going to, and we'll actually need a title of a type string. And so we're going to say print the title here, and we'll do .title case, and I will say so we'll print the title. I guess I'll use an F string actually, because I like that better. And then we'll do, right. So this will create the menu with the title you give it and the list of options. Check out that click library for Python. Going down that NoSQL route, you could use that JSON to populate fields and write backend updates. So then maybe, should I do it on our front end? Should I? You guys are making me second guess myself. I mean, here, I don't know. I'm so bad at it. I'm honestly just procrastinating getting better at front end stuff. Like here, let me CD into our client. Let me CD into BRC React app. And then we want to go npm run dev. Oh, come on. So this brings up our front end here. I'll bring the front end over here so you guys can see it better. We were working on the filters last time. I remember that. And then let's go into here. We need to go into a new terminal. Go CD out of here. Or whoops, go to CD into our server. Go Uvicorn. Is it run main -- reload? Uvicorn main run reload. Main app -- reload. Uvicorn main app. Oh, hold up. Pip install core. There we go. All right. right, now if we go here and do /products, there's our products, and there they are. All right, we know some front end. Come on. Come on. We're able to get that up and running. Web app gang, let's go. Honestly, it would be a cool project to give you some proper full stack experience. You're right, Zen. I gotta just do it. I gotta just do it. Because we have a pretty cool site going right now. It's not like nothing. Like it's at least something. Like we have no home page or whatnot, but this is our product page with the 6 products that we parsed out from Depop. And we're getting their URLs for their images, and we're putting them in directly into these product cards, right? But we do need to give this some information. Yeah. Yeah, here it goes. Now it's populating. So we're missing some of this stuff. Yeah, there they go. We're missing some stuff here. Right. So, right, normally this wouldn't happen because you wouldn't ever have to put in this information, because on initiating the product with your, initially loading it into the system, you would have given it this information, and then the Depop scraper would come in and fill in all of the Depop information once it realizes that product ID is now being seen on the Depop page and matching it into our database, which is pretty cool. So that's that. But we were working on this filter section here, but it's pretty jank. I'm so trash at web dev, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Let's make another Discord poll so we can wipe the floor with you. Web app gang. Okay, so we need to... Yes, we need to stay focused. Jimmy Boat says, make a create product page. Okay, so let's go into our Birdie Rose React app, our source code here. We're going to go into our features, not our features. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be a feature called add product, right? So we're going to add a feature here called add product. I have all my pages all whack. I think I need to reorganize this. How do you guys organize your React, your Node apps here? I'll zoom in so we can see a little bit better. So I have my source here. I have features with like my footer in there, my home page actually in there, my nav bar, my products. This is like the product page. So like every like page component is getting its own but then sometimes like you have components that aren't actually like pages, right? So like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. So if we do features here, this is going to be the add product feature. Right, the add product feature. Oh, I don't like that camel case. Python coder. Okay, we have the add product feature, and in here we're going to have a page called this is going to be right, add product.jsx, And we're just going to create a simple form here, and that's it. Just very basic. So we're going to go export default. Let's zoom out here so we can actually see what we're typing. How do you do this in JavaScript? Oh my god. Add product. We're going to do a arrow function, this, and open, and return a fragment, or just return a div object. I always have to remember how I return a div object. Like this. No? How many languages are we learning in a month? Bro, I know, right? This is normally not what I do. I don't go language hopping like typical CS majors. Called out. But no, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's just kind of inevitable. Honestly, if you want to make like projects that people actually use and interact with, it's like, well, dude, I've got to like learn some front end stuff. So like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, here I come. Like, okay, I want to make some math related stuff. Okay, I can learn my Python, but cool. How do I get other people to use my math, my scripts? Oh, gotta use some front end stuff. It's just like inevitable, man. I am inevitable. You have all of your forms you fill out on the web page, and then call a function to save into the database. How about call out the recruiters who ask for 7 programming languages minimum? 7 programming languages mastered by the time you graduate college. Okay, so why aren't we... I think this is wrong. Is it this and then the arrow? React arrow function for component equals to the props you're putting in. Outputs this. Okay, whatever. Export default const. Add product? No. Okay, you just do const. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to open up this div, and then I guess let's just make a simple form. And in here, we'll create an, is it entry? Oh, input? Oh. Forgot some of my tags. So can we actually go to, now we need to link this page up. Oh God, how do we do this? So in our server, we have this endpoint. So we need to add an endpoint, app.get / add I don't know, what do we want to make it? Products / add product. Products / add. Set up this endpoint. Def So how do we get, so if I were to go here and go localhost / products, right, if I go to / products and then go / add, let me actually uncover this and then do def add product. And then we're going to say, so this one goes, gets products and opens up our data file and loads and returns all of our products to us. What's the difference between a React fragment and a div? I'm a React, no, so I am too. But from my understanding is the fragment is what you can use to contain multiple elements if you were to have like multiple div containers to return all at once. Whereas, or you can just treat like the React or the React fragment as like a div itself. Like you can just, I guess, create a single div and just you kind of mimic a fragment. That's kind of how I'm like interpreting it. Like why you use a fragment when just you create a div and just use a div instead. Like I don't know, but so if I were, I couldn't like if I couldn't return multiple divs. Like that doesn't work. I'd have to wrap this in a fragment, right, in order for that to work. Now it works, but like I could just wrap it all in one div container or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not no React guy. I'm not no front end dude. Okay, so we want to figure out how to display this page. So let's go ahead and go to our app dot here. We have the products page. We want to go import the add. Oh, we want to, okay, add product page. Let's rename this to add product page. Add product page. And then let's go into our main here, no, our app, and go import the add product page from this. And what we're going to do is right here, we need to open up this, we need to do a fragment because we're going to have to return 2 objects now for pages. Oh no, this is the products page. Because if I were to do the add products page here instead, this takes me to here. Wait, I'm confused. So products doesn't take me anywhere because I don't have it on here. So now that I have products on here, is this working? Is my internet down? What's going on? What's going on here? Okay, we're here. We're here. What's going on? I'm confused. Why is my products page not showing up anymore? Did I do something wrong? Oh, I think it's this. Okay, so that's for getting it, but why isn't that working? Product page is non-existent. Return the product page here. I'm so confused. Here's my products page, which has the nav bar and the footer. And it did, okay. Nice. Now my add products page. Anybody know what's going on? No idea what's going on. Oh my gosh, what is the dealio here? Got no errors. Add product page, uncaught error. Okay, so my add product page has an error associated with it. So if I get rid of this, now it works. If I bring that back, now it goes away. My add product page is here. So if I get rid of this, just return a div. Okay. Now this is my app. So I got no idea what I'm doing here on web dev. Okay, so this is my app component. It has my product page in there. But my app, we don't want like, we don't want like, correct directory. Export default add product page. Is it function? No. Okay. So in our, what goes in our app here? We have a page, but this is like, I guess app is like our home, right? I'm like, what? Why? Let me do this. We're not going to do any of this fancy stuff. Open this up. Let's export default add product page. Right? There we go. Okay, I think we figured it out. Okay, so we have our app here with our product page in it. I don't want to stick on the add products here because that's a page that you go to. And I don't want it to be like public facing, right? So how do I create this page? Product page. And then make it so you can go there. Yeah, that's the routing, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, right? So we have the page, product page components when your app loads, but so this isn't slash, oh, this is slash products. What if I just do nothing? Just brings up normal, right? Okay. Now I need to okay, so let me just do this. Let me just stick this guy here. And then I guess we can start building on this. So if we just have a form with an input, it's not showing up here. Is it input or entry? Yeah. So how can I set it up though to where if I go to slash product slash add, it goes to that page. So if I just put like dummy tag, wow. Let me see, HTML form examples. Okay, so you have this form here. And forms have labels. And we can say for quote something. And then you can have an input. And then this input is you have a type for the input. You have a ID for the input. You have a name for the input. Then you have like a required Boolean true, right? Okay. So there's the input there. So if I say my label, if I say temp label, then we have my form there. Cool. So if I do on the input, can I say class name equals to this? Do border on this? Yes. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, so that makes these labels. And then you obviously have a button at the end of the form. Right? Which you have a type equal to submit. And then, so the form itself, right, has, if I remember this right, has an action. And we want to send this action to the post request, right, method for /add product. And we're going to say method is post, right? So that will send my form entry information to my endpoint of /add product. So if I go to my main here and I have /add product, right? And then here, if I say so this is not a get. We don't want to get. This is app.post add product. And then is there like a, do we want like a response class or anything like that? So post add product. And then this would be, does this pass in the object that it receives? Hey, Oasis, how's it going? So if we pass in a form, right, if we pass in a form into our database, how do we receive, let's say, show me a simple example of a fast API post receive for a form. Let's see an example. Name equals form age int on the form. So form tells fast API to expect value from form data, not JSON. Form. So we want to add product. So this has async def. Right, asynchronous def. Because we want to let this run in the background while other stuff go. We don't want to be restricted. So you said then you give all the parameters. What if my form is a little long? Can you receive a dictionary or something? Pydantic models with JSON do. So you could use Pydantic, right, and create a base model, inherit from that, and then set up the class that you want to use from that base model, and then receive the data and then convert it to a dictionary of form data. Okay, that's cool. Let's try that. So I like that. That's really nice. So let's say from pydantic import base model. So we're going to inherit from base model. So I'm going to quickly, let's define a class here called add product. And we're going to inherit from the base model. And if we look back at our object here for our product, I'm running out of room here. You have, to add a product, you would give it a title, a size, a condition, a brand, a clothing type, probably from a list of drop downs, right? Send it to the DB and get a 200 response if successful. Yeah. Hey Ray, how's it going, dude? What's going on, my boy? Okay, so let's go to our form here and let's add in some form data. Okay, so we have, this is going to be for title. This is going to be title. Like so. And the input is for ID of title. Name is title. And required is true. Type is text. Right? Okay, so that is title. All right, let's get working with one field. That's probably a good idea. Okay, so we have our button here, but our button's not showing up. So we need to do submit, say add product. I'm going to do class flex column. Oh, so this doesn't actually impact the form. The form has to be of type flex. So we'll do class name flex column. Oh, wait, did I do that right? Yeah. Oh. Here. So this extends all the way out. So I'm going to say I'll get rid of this div here for now. Don't really need it. Let's bring up this form, and then let's set a width to 50%. Okay, so that's fine. And then we'll go flex column, justify center, items center. Let me gonna get rid of this width. There we go. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a div here for each of the labels and the inputs, like such, to make them side by side. And then this has a type submit class name equals to cursor pointer. We want border. We want padding to be 2. 1. Okay, and then we'll do really quickly here a gap of like 4. Nice. Now I will actually do a div here just to wrap the form into. And then I'm gonna say class name here. I'm gonna say padding 10. Move stuff down. And then I'm gonna give a h1 here, says add product. Okay, nice. So this will be the title entry. Cool. Yeah, we need on click, right? So this has on click equals to now on click we need to perform some action, right? So button on click react. So we don't need to like use I don't think we need to use like a use state hook on this click because we're not updating information on the DOM, right? We want it to just submit. Is it on click is submit? Like what is, I know we call a function that we name, but I don't need, what is the function that we need? We have to, is the form, so if I say like, so we don't want to, how do we have it send? When the button's clicked, Okay, so I guess we do have to... Does the action not already... Huh. Okay, so if we have... If we go... If we import use state... So does the action... Standard HTML action plus method. Clicking the submit button sends a post request to submit. The browser reloads the page and navigates the response to the backend. Form data is sent as application by default. API can handle this with this. So it's request. Okay, so if I go into here and rather than do form to request and then do, it wants me to say that we take in a request which is of type request, and then we say form data is equal to the request dot form, but we need to await this data post request, and then you say you return, or we don't want to return. Let's just print form data dot, no, sorry, form data. So here, if we, let's just quickly pass this. Oh! This page cannot be found. No web page is found for the address, add product, HTTP error. Product. Add product. Okay, so I'd have to put in, oh, got you. Okay, so it doesn't actually know my backend here, right? It just says / add product. but I need to put in because if I put in this localhost link, or no, this thing, and then do, right, if I put this in there, right here, and then I run Python multi-part library must be installed to use form parsing. Okay. Let's go into here. Let's do cd, or we'll go pip install multi-part. Okay, so if I do here, local page cannot be found. Localhost 5173/add product. Okay. Huh. Type of submit. Huh. I'm so confused. So we have this action that we're going to send. So I'm so confused. Doing this. On start your fast API server, keep your React running, open the React page with the form, fill out the form and click submit. This will print out the message this. Do not open in the browser directly. It's not open the browser directly. Let's just go test. Python multi-part must be installed. It's Python multi-part. Okay. pip uninstall multi-part. Pip install. Python multi-part. So now if we go back, we do test. Internal server error. So our main here goes wait. Okay, so let's do this. So we're gonna go and do const handle submit, which is equal to an asynchronous function that we take into an event, and we're going to make the event prevent default, right? And we're going to try and get a response. We're going to fetch this. We're going to fetch this string, and we're going to do method is post right? Headers whatever, I don't think we need headers. So body is json.stringify. Title. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at JavaScript. Post. Body. JSON.stringify. The title. This closes. Oh my god. gosh, I hate brackets. Okay, this closes here. What is this? Yeah. I'm gonna fetch this method post. This closes the fetch statement. And the try is here. So I'm gonna go here and go const data equal to there's a JSON. Alert data.message. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but we'll figure it out. Then set title. To this. And then you do, and here you would say catch the error given console dot error like that. Okay, so what it says here is so we create this response. So then we need to have const title and set title equal to a use state with a default of just blank. Okay, so the action is going to be handle submit here. So we're going to go to this endpoint. We're going to post body.json stringify title, which is here. But this title, how does it know that my title is I don't get this. But the title's not going to have anything here. For title. Trying to figure out how to get each of these form inputs into this JSON object. It says title here, but I don't have a title. So there's, what if I go on change and we call a function and we capture an event that we write into a function called setTitle, and we call the e.target.value like that. So if we go back, we do test, internal server error. It goes to this. Why is it going there? I thought we have prevent default here. Invalid DOM property 4. Do you mean HTML 4? HTML 4? Couldn't take a method for a form specific function as action. Cannot specify an encoding type or method for a form that specifies a function as the action. So we'll say the label here has a value equal to my title variable. Right? Go test. Okay. Python multi-part library must be installed for form parsing. I don't get it. Okay, let's see, where are we missing something here? Oh, so action. On submit, use on submit instead of action. Okay, so instead of action in the form, we want on submit equals to handle submit. Now if we test, there we go. Let me get this. Dude, I swear I've downloaded this, like, already. Okay, we got 200 there. I thought it was supposed to print the data form. Well, let me not do this. Let me return this and see what happens. Undefined. Undefined. So if I print the form, I get okay. But if I can't print. Your front end sends JSON using a pedantic model. Form data equals new data, form data, pen title, pen price. So if I just do product, takes in a product. Ugh, this is so stupid. Hate front end. Back end. It's like building scripts. Okay, so if I go here in my body, can I just return an object? Can I just return my own? This is going to return. This is going to return. I don't even know, dude. Okay, so we need to do this. Body is equal to form data. And we're going to have const form data, and right, or just by itself, and then that's going to equal a new form data object, and then form data dot append title is title. And then we return form data here. So form data would happen on the handle submit though. After we prevent default. So we would create some new form data, append the form data to there, and then return the form data object. So if I print test, do you mean format? So print. So then in our main here, we have a request, form data, request. Finally, oh my god. Oh, this sucks, dude. How do you guys want to do this for your, like, jobs? This is rough. Like, dude, my enjoyment of coding is writing these, like, cool scripts that do things, like, and interact with stuff. Dude, setting up these back-end and front-end endpoint, it's just so rough, dude. Oh my god. I know I'm bad at it. I know I'm bad at it, but I'm just like, dude, like, this is tough. No, it's not returning something. It's just supposed to, it's going to add the product to the database. Right, that's the goal of it. Yeah, I use ChatGPT. I was using it over here on the side to help me out when asking some questions, but I really like to write the code myself. I learn way better that way. I've seen a lot of computer science majors that are honestly failing in today's society because they relied too heavily on vibe coding in their college degree, and now they don't know anything. And I've been able to really kind of put myself, kind of actually rise ahead of some computer science majors that are like on a sophomore, junior level, but kind of been able to rise above them by limiting myself and using ChatGPT and reading books, manually writing code in all of our projects, yada yada yada. I mean, I do use ChatGPT to learn, don't get me wrong, but I ain't about that. Okay, cool. So what's happening here? Okay, we have a form that has a onSubmit action that calls this JavaScript function. This is a useStateHandler function, which is just a function that, will update the state of, that will handle the submission. So once this form is detected to be submitted via the button in it, right, it calls this function. The event prevents the DOM from refreshing the page, right, the button, right? It creates this form data object, and here we will append all of our form data as we create it. We then try to create a response for this post request, given the form data, to this endpoint. So we're going to try to go to this endpoint and post this data. We are going to wait for a response from this action, right? And if that goes through, then we, right, I believe that that's what this means. So you try to do this, right? Once you get this response, you await the response given back to you, and you alert data message. So if I console.log data here, cannot read properties of null message. Okay, so if the message is null, it'll throw this error, right? Because actually it doesn't have an error. Failed to fetch, handle submit. Because there was no type error, null, cannot read. Okay. That was an old error. Okay, so catch error, console.log error. Now, if there is no message here, what do you say, like if data.message? So null is data. So if data is null, is it like this? If data is not null, then do the alert. Is that how you would do this in JavaScript? And then always set the title to back to Is that how you would do this? I see your... Oh, so if data question mark dot message alert data dot message. Oh. Cool. Nice. Okay. Okay, we have that at least. Oh my gosh. Alright, we were able to get at least one section of the form figured out here. Oh my god. So now we just have to add in the additional params for this. So really quickly, if you add a product to the database, in order to add a product to the database, you have to give it a title, size, condition, brand, description, clothing type, you have to give it a cost of good, you're probably a source, and then the acquisition date, the date you bought it, right? Hey, how's it going? Big task and me Saber. No, we're just trying to build out our stuff here. I'm confused. How do you get it to where? I go to localhost / that page and it takes me there. Router. We'll have to figure that out. But I think I'm done for today. I'm tired. I'm beat. This is a lot of work. You guys are enjoying the stream or enjoyed the stream today, please leave a like. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay. But I think... Okay, so let's quickly, though, let's just add in, so title, size, condition, brand. So title, let's go to our add product page, copy this div down. This is going to be the size entry. This is going to be a how do you do okay, a select so we have size entry here, which is for size. This is going to be a select element, right? Inside the select element, we're going to have option. This is going to be, let's say, small, right? So this would be extra small, 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 medium, large, large. So is there a default? What's it called? Placeholder. I think it's placeholder. Okay. Okay, so let's go like this really quickly. Name is size, text border, size. Okay, this is going to be value equal to extra small. And then let's do one more option here. Select size. Value is none. And then disabled selected. Nice. So I'm going to say placeholder is equal to product title. Choose size. Okay, then we're going to have extra small, small, large, medium, large, and extra large. Cool. And then, nice. That's the size entry. Brand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do a drop down. Size entry. So this is going to be drop down. This is going to be type entry. So this is going to say clothing type or product type. Or text. Type. Okay, and then this is going to be like shirt, shorts, tank, pants, etc. Shirt, shorts, tank, pants, shoes. Hat. Headwear. Okay. So you have product type. Choose product type. Product size. Okay, and then description. I think I might auto format automatically. I might auto format randomly the description, and then we have type, then we need brand and condition. Okay, so this is going to be clothing type goes down. This is going to be condition entry, or yeah. So this is going to be product condition. Condition. Okay, so then we're going to say well, actually, I'm going to remove these and because I'm probably going to make a list and then iterate through and then display those. So condition entry, text condition, condition, value disabled, condition. Actually get rid of this, put this back, just do right, new, you can optionally use Gemini so that when you upload the photo, Gemini could give you a description of and whatnot. That's a cool idea. That's actually a cool idea. I was thinking about maybe just taking like some of these hot like these parameters and creating like a description using like some a list of like adjectives and randomly choosing an adjective like amazing or like perfect, perfect like title like perfect, you know, perfect baseball tee or like perfect small baseball tee with in like new condition or like something like basically like structured strings given these parameters or something with like some random adjective thrown in there or something. But we could just ping AI to write our things for us. That'd be cool too, right? Okay, so I'll stream for another 4 minutes here, you guys. Let's see what we can get done in 4 minutes. Okay, so all of these are required. So I think I'm gonna get rid of the disabled option. I don't really like it that much. Right. But I actually no, I do want to make a disabled option just blank though. Right, and I want it to say nothing. Because I want it to just start out blank. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure that out, Jimmy. That's a good idea. I like that idea a lot. That'll help give us some, that'll help give us some, like AI experience and incorporating that in. Okay, really quick. So we have product, we have title, we have size, we have condition, we have the clothing type. We just need the brand and how much it costs. So the brand, I'll probably reorganize how I want that to make it flow better, right? So brand, size, condition, entry. So we'll take this title entry, we'll copy this down here, make this be brand entry, brand, we'll set brand target value brand, and you go here, brand, set brand, okay. Hey, thank you for the sub. Who is that? Karo. Thank you. Karon. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you so much for coming in on Twitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're real clever, you could have a ChatGPT prompt chain or agent if you prefer that word. Do your clothing research and then create the listing. That's a little bit too much AI. Okay, so we'll have to like beautify up this form though for sure. So brand, and then obviously you have a cost. So we'll go here. This is cost of good entry. Cog good. Set cost good. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that has that. So this has formed out a pen title, formed out a pen size, right? So size is here. We need to figure out that. We need to figure out how to append. We need state we need states for all of those. So we'll need a state for the size, right? We need for condition, right? We want it for type. Set product type. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So we're noticing the size, condition, product type, and the cost of good. Cost of good here is set cost of good. Cost of good here. Brand, set brand. So select on. So in this select function, on change, we're going to capture an event and write a function to set the set condition to e.target.value. And then basically kind of like the same thing for here, but on change it's going to be set product type to the value, and the value is going to be equal to the product type. And the value here is going to be equal to the condition. So we just need to do it for size now. Size is here. Value of size. And we're going to set size to the target value. So if I do test, extra small, shirt, new, test, cost of good, why can't I input anything into cost of good? Why can't I input anything into cost of good? ID, cost of good. Name, cost of good. Type, text. Class name. Placeholder, enter cost of good. Value. Cost of good. Why can't I put anything in here? but I can't hear. Why can't I put anything in here? I can't. Why can't I enter anything? What? Are you serious? Alright, I'll just take. Awesome, Hall. Why can't I add it? Why can't I add anything here? What the heck? Why can't I put anything in here? No, we need cost of good. We have to, for accounting purposes, you have to record this. You have to record your cost of your good in that calendar year. And then if you sell that cost of good in that calendar year, that is offset out of your taxes. It's a vital piece of information you need to know for taxes, for businesses. Ah, I can't. Nothing. It won't even let me put anything in. I can't enter anything. If cost of good is undefined or not a string, alright, whatever, I'm just gonna do this. Cost of good. There we go. What the heck? Okay, so now if we add. Test. So this is only printing form.dictform data. So we're pending title, so we'll do form. Form.append. Brand. Size. Condition. Product type. Also good. Now we do test. Test, brand, size, condition. Okay, so our drop downs aren't getting picked up, right? So our drop downs here so let me take this entry. I want to see how to fix drop down not being selected for change value. You should not use the select attribute on option. Instead, you control the selected value with the selects value prop. So selects to size value. The value of this is size. Whereas the value here is quote like extra small, which then goes into size. Okay, so then if you do, so we need to do that for, that was the size entry, product type entry is here. This is going to be called shirt. Short shirt. And then we have value equal to product type, right? And then here we have value equal to condition, and we set here to just be new. Now if we put test size shirt new and test these, ready? Boom. Size extra small, condition new, product type shirt. Yes! Nice. All right. Phew. Man, dude, this is hard stuff. Honestly, this is harder than just writing Python code and writing like parsing pages and data files. This is harder than that. In my opinion. Oh my goodness. Michael says king of taxes, make sure he wants to record his cogs. Exactly. In React, use ref, don't use the DOM element itself. Use ref. So the use ref is only needed if you want to directly access the DOM element instead of React state, which is rarely necessary. Use ref would only make sense if you want to read the value imperatively, like size ref.current.value instead of storing it in state. Hey, what up, Carol? Oh, Carol, was that your chat up above? Was that, sorry, I can't go back to that chat above because it was on Twitch. So I can't really resend that chat, Carol, if that was you. I think it was you because it's a Twitch user. Regarding the set cost, it's cut off. I can't really read it. And it doesn't have me, let me scroll. Can I go to, let's go to Twitch on here and then go to my chat. Oh yeah, so. The input is controlled, but your on-change value isn't updating the same state that your value reads from. In your screenshot, the handler looks like set cost of good, lowercase o, while the state is likely set cost, capital O, uppercase O, since JavaScript is case. Oh yeah, okay. You were saying you were trying to help me fix why I wasn't letting me input stuff here, probably because I had a typo for set cost O good. Cost of good, right? Yeah. Cool. All right, so now at least we have the general structure for this form. Now I will go through and like beautify it and clean it up a little bit, but I also need to route a page because currently I don't really know how to do that. Currently my app, right, should have like, I don't know what, like the home page right here, the home component page in here. And then that's what first gets loaded, and then you route to a /add product endpoint within the front end, and then that sends to a back end add product on submission. But I need this I'll have to figure out a way to A, get this into a page that can be routed from the home page, and then B, figure out how to make it so that only I can access this page. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to head out for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You'll have to send me a message luck in Discord for it. Handle submit can be more simple. This is what kind of Jippity gave us some recommendations for. But I don't write in JavaScript. I don't know any JavaScript really, so we're learning. I'm a Python boy. Routing library. Why would I want only you to access it? Because I don't want you guys to be able to add products to my database. Why would I let you guys add products to my database or the public? Const form data equals new form data e.current target. So you'd say const form data equals to new form data. You're talking about here? So const form data, which is a variable, is equal to a new form data variable object. We say e event dot current target. So you have form data, form on submit, handle submit. You have this form. You can grab all the form values like this. Const handle submit prevent default. Form data equals new form event targets. Const data object for entries. And then log data here. So if we take this and we put this here, this will handle the submit. Right. Let's test this out. No. That is not working. Class object form. But then I'm not sending it anywhere. Yeah, we're not sending it anywhere. So then let's just do, so let's back this up actually. So we have a response here. So let's just do this. Prevent default. Let's take this form here. We have this, and we have data. We response. This object. This just creates an object from this form data and sends. So we want to send data here. So now if we run, I get an empty object. Empty object. Inspect. I want to send the form data. Okay, let's send the form data. And then I don't think we don't even need to do this. So let's just do this. Ah, nice. Cool. Cool. So that one line took care of all that before. Nice. All right, cool. So now we can, instead of having to just keep adding on a bunch of all of our variables, right, into like an appending into whatever, we can just make a new form data on every submit for the event current target, which is that form, right? Okay, cool. Nice, thank you so much. We I can remove states too as well here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if we remove, that would be nice. So if we remove these states, right, handle submit, and then we can remove this on change. Remove this on change. Remove this on change. Remove this. And remove this. And this. Okay, so we need to get rid of these. Like that. Get rid of this value. Get rid of this value. Get rid of this value. brand is not defined. Okay, there we go, we're back. Use the default value or value props instead of selected on option. So as a test shirt. Title test size. Product type is shirt. Condition new brand. Cost of good. Size extra small. Okay, good. There we go. Nice. Cool. That made it really simple. Now we don't even need use states or those hooks at all. It just automatically gets all of the values out of the form using this form data event current target parameter. All right. Nice. Cool, and then really quickly, let's just fix this here. This should say cost of good. Enter cost of good. And then this should say good here. Enter product, we'll say here is enter product. Enter brand. Enter title. If you want to clear user input after submit, you can do e.currentTarget.reset. Oh, that's a good idea too. Okay. So if we want, we can go after we submit this response, right? What we can do is go, if it was successful, right? If it was successful, right, we're going to do the form data, or would it be, no, would it, or just be e.currentTarget.reset. There. So if we go here and enter in some stuff, and submit, it doesn't reset. e.currentTarget.reset. Does it not work? Let's see. This is what I'm seeing. Let's check it out. HTML form reset. Document.getElementID, myForm.reset. Okay, so document dot get element by ID of the form and then reset. So you say we'd go like document dot get element by ID and ID of the form just to add product form. We put this here. And then we say dot reset. Oh, there we go. Okay, so then if we wanted to, we'd have these. Oh, weird. Product type has a option which is default and selected, but shirt is what comes up. E.current target is a form. You don't need to query it. I will try. So if you do this, you enter in info here. I get it, but it's not resetting. If I refresh, then it goes back. This is the event, which is the form. What if I just say event.reset altogether? No. Can't. E dot current reset. No. Reset. Cannot read properties of null reading reset at handle submit. What the world? I'm doing that. My form has handle submit, and my button does submit. Why not? Just remove the selected. I got rid of the selected. Still having some issues. You have options equals disabled option. The first option in uncontrolled React selects. There's no actual default value. The browser may leave the selection stuck. You should remove the type equals text from select as the attribute is invalid for select. Still. Alright, you guys. I'm gonna head out for today. I'm tired. I streamed for way too long. 3 hours and 15 minutes. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please leave a like on it. I really appreciate if you could. My name is Michael. I teach myself how to code almost every single day. Tomorrow, we're going to be reading Chapter 3 in our C Programming and Modern Approach, so make sure to jump back in for Chapter 3 reading for tomorrow around 7 p.m. PST. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.